The JGAURORA A5. Sleek, sexy, and so easy to put together, even my wife can do it. And that's saying a lot.
Hey everyone, Caitlin here with 3D Matter Makers, and this week we're going to be talking about the JGAURORA A5. Now, to be perfectly clear, I know absolutely nothing about 3D printing, and so when my husband asked me to build this new printer, I honestly had no interest. But he kept begging me and pleading me, so I kind of got annoyed with it and I gave in. It really only took me about 15 minutes to build, since it was just 7 screws, 3 plugs, and switching the power supply to 110 volts.
Honey, you got a delivery at the door.
Oh, be right back.
Okay, I don't have much time. So, quick specs. It's a single extruder FDM printer with a build volume of 305 by 305 on the X and Y, and then 320 on the Z axis. It's a Bowden style extruder system. It's using an E3D V6 hot end that gets up to 260 degrees Celsius, and the heated bed, it goes up to 100 degrees Celsius. And you can print most various 1.75 millimeter filaments, including PLA, PETG, ABS.
Hey, get off my stream! Hell! Get off my stream! What was he telling you? Okay, so let me tell you about my experience setting this printer up. Honestly, I was really surprised at how easy it was. The only issue that I had was the screws were super tiny. If you have nails or really fat fingers, it's going to be very difficult for you, I'll tell you that right now. But besides that, it was actually a really easy build. It only had 3 steps, and so for someone like me who has absolutely no knowledge of printers, you know, there were only 3 plugs that I had to plug in, and they could only go in one way, so it'd be really difficult to mess that up. My husband told me to check the power setting before I plugged it in, and so I switched it to 110 volts and we were good to go. Since I've never messed with printers before and I didn't know how to do the bed leveling, I actually had my husband do that for me, but the rest of it was all me. The only other thing I had to do was plug in the USB, which again can only go one way, and I used the printer screen, selected print, selected the file that I wanted to have printed, and bam, we were set. It was really simple. Oh. Hold on one second, sorry guys. Hello?
Okay, other features include dual lead Z screws, a touchscreen full color control panel, and a really cool black diamond glass. It's basically a glass with some sort of a black texture on it. And I don't know what it is, but it works out really cool. And it's also got a filament runout sensor along with a power failure recovery, should I say. Now, I did run some test prints on this. We ran a couple of benchies, and the rocket is running right now. And we will come back next, in the next couple of weeks or whatever, and go through some of those. I gotta go.
One thing that I really like about this printer is that it actually looks really nice. A lot of Jason's printers, I don't know if you can see them behind me, don't really look the best. They've got wires and cables and stuff kind of just hanging out. And for me, I have OCD really bad, so I like something that's more sleek and simple. This JGAURORA is actually really, I don't want to say plain, but it's really nice looking. I can actually see putting this in your living room or in an open common area because it doesn't really look like a 3D printer.
Okay, well, now that I got her sidetracked, so this is part 1 of the JGAURORA A5 series. We're going to break this one up into 3 parts. This first part is basically on the build and how simple it is, and the initial test prints that we ran. The next video will be a little bit more of a first thoughts, and we'll actually run a lot of print tests and see where we are with that. And then after that, I'll do a lot more calibrating and fine-tuning, and maybe even some customizations to it to give my final thoughts review on the printer overall. And of course, this printer will be running on my live streams as well, so you can catch this, anytime I'm running a live stream. I'll be running my Ender 3s along with my Raptor and the Ender 2, and this now the A5 will also be running. So you'll be able to catch it running live and see it actual real time as it's printing. Now there's a link down below at a discounted price from GearBest for the A5 if you'd like to buy this printer, and using those links to buy your gear does actually help the channel out, so we appreciate those. Don't forget, if you like these videos, make sure you click that like and subscribe button and ring the bell if you want to get notifications on when new videos are posted or when we go live. Anyway, and remember, it doesn't matter what you're making.
As long as you're making better. I'm Caitlin.
And I'm Jason.
And we'll catch you
y'all
next time.